warm welcome. We are back with our live version of CWA,
Yes.
Conscious World Agents. My name is Claudia van Zuiden.
And I am Arturo Massaro.
And together we are the co-founders of Conscious World Agents.
Yeah.
Every week so far, since December last year, we have been having these live sessions where we discuss how to raise the level of consciousness. Put my glasses on for a moment as well. And it's been so successful. We've had such wonderful interest. We have had such good comments. We had such good inputs. And last week we had a fantastic speaker, our Raphael Gordon friend from America.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah,
really
and
amazing.
we had so many wonderful comments from you guys who really enjoyed what we talked about. And let's say that a lot of things have happened for us also this week. After that, we have had some more invitations to come and speak. Also in India again to do some seminars there with some people who are working to build a temple there. So that's been a great honor.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that all
Yeah.
will evolve, but we are very much looking forward to that. Today we are going to speak about the attitude of gratitude. That has been our topic for this week.
Yeah.
Our posts have been about that, and thank you very much for watching when you've joined us. I see some people joining right now. And we're going to speak a little bit more about our post about gratitude and how that helps to raise your level of consciousness. And I would like you to start with that.
Yes. And did you already spoke about the event we had?
No, I haven't mentioned the event.
Well, yeah. I just want to mention this one. We had an event already, a live event with people here in our place, and it was amazing. All participants, they were so excited at the end of the day. Sometimes they also had their struggles, but that's the way it goes with raising your level of consciousness.
Yeah.
And with that, we will tell you a little bit more at the end of this Facebook Live. We have also an announcement for the next event that we are going to do.
This experience days.
Yeah, this experience day.
Yeah.
So,
So we really, we will come back about that a bit later. But this week we really want to start then with the topic of gratitude. How does gratitude help you to raise your level of consciousness? So perhaps you want to start with that.
Yeah, and my first post was also about, of course, gratitude. But we see a lot of things as normal. But if you recognize that everything that you will experience in life is a gift, then your life will change. But see the things that you experience as a gift, that is pretty hard to do, especially when you feel it's something that upsets you or that frustrates you or is holding you back. Mm. But if you can look at that moment also, what can I learn from this? And be grateful for what you experience at that moment. Mm. You can see that it can transform your life. Mm. And what we normally do is that the things that are labeled as normal, we aren't grateful for that enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I learned a lot from you for that. Let's say an example, every time when you drive your car and you come home safely without an accident. We see that as normal, but are you really grateful? Every time when we drive and we come home, we sit in the car and we look at each other and then you say, thank you for bringing us home safe. Okay. Yeah, you don't know that, but but that's what you do.
Well, I do know I say that, but yeah, it's a habit. Yeah.
Yeah, and but also having a roof above your head. Mm-hmm. How grateful are you for that? Mm-hmm. Every day you have 2 or 3 meals. Mm-hmm. How grateful are you for that? Having drinks, you can take a shower, and so on and so on. The list is probably infinite. But how grateful are you really for the normal things in life? And as we know that the universe will send you back what you send out, the vibration that you will send out, if you really genuine are grateful for all these normal things, you will get more of all these things that you're grateful for. So look in your own life, look in your own thoughts, look in your own belief system. What is normal? And I see as, well, I deserve this. Yeah, you deserve it, but be grateful for it. That was a little bit my
about
first
your
post.
post. So you see, like, it's a gift from the universe, like a present almost. They give you something to look at or to learn from, or things like that. Yeah,
absolutely. And especially also the of course the normal things, but also the downsides, the things that holding you back. There are the learnings.
Yeah, that is often the case, because we learn often out of when we're out of our comfort zone, we're in our stretch zones, we learn most, of course, but which is not always easy, but we can later, maybe in hindsight, look at it as a gift.
Yeah, but we label it as bad. We label it as frustration. We label the other person as, he's not listening to me. But it's not about the other person, it's about you. Every time. What can I take out of this?
Yeah.
And be grateful for what the other person is doing to you. And I don't say let somebody hit you, or that's not what I say. But the expectation you have from other persons, well, most of the times they won't come out.
You'll be disappointed.
You will be disappointed. But the disappointment is inside of you, because the expectation is also inside of you.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, and we all know that one. So thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to move on to the next post, or you want me to talk about that?
Go to your next, because I see something on my laptop that's happening. And then,
So thank you for still watching with us, and it's wonderful to see you. If you have any questions about the attitude of gratitude or about our posts, then please, you can write down underneath and we'll get back to you with an answer on that. So my post in the beginning of the week was about unlearning. A lot of things we need to unlearn, things that we've taken on in our subconscious mind as part of ourselves, but they were actually not our belief system. It's actually not really what resonates with our heart. So I also had to unlearn a lot of these things. And what happens with that, there's a lot of freedom that comes with that, a lot of inner freedom, and another way perhaps how to experience life as such. So when I started to look at the world more with gratitude, and like you say, thanking for the water, thanking for opening my eyes in the morning, you know, because you're in such a deep sleep, you don't even know often you're sleeping, but you do get up, you do wake up, and then, you know, what can you do with that day? So you can make it another miraculously beautiful day, or you can make it a very negative day, so you have that choice also. But when I started to have this sense of gratitude, thank you for waking up. A lot of people of my age, you know, I'm 56, they are not even alive anymore. I know, 56? I never told you that.
Wow.
But, you know, the age is, of course, just a number, but what it was is like, and a lot of friends I've lost before they even got 50, you know, on cancer or things like that. So every day for me is a day extra to experience life. And I really love that, to live like that. And I remember this week we were walking somewhere in nature, and I had this sincere gratitude for the Mother Earth, for this beauty that she gives us. And this is a beautiful part in the Netherlands, which is called the Veluwe. And as soon as I said, I am so actually emotional, I can feel this beauty of this earth, and I could actually kiss the earth right now for thanking her for giving us such beauty, for giving us everything we need. You said, shh. And then we looked to the side, and there was a deer very close to us. Yeah. So there was even more beauty. So the universe, like you say, responds straight away on that sense of gratitude, like, wow, it's all so beautiful, it's all here. And this is not in the fluffy kind of way of beautiful. It's really like appreciation, really, really having deep gratitude for what we have in our lives. And the universe responded with even more. It was like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful, and there is so much more that I can't see yet. And I think that is, by doing that, you also start to raise your own level of consciousness, because you become aware of how grateful am I really. You know, like I say to you, am I really grateful for what you've done for bringing us to a certain place and bringing us safely back home, or, other things. So there's an endlessly. So I thank the water indeed. When I drink it, when I have a cup of water, I really thank that water. How many people do not have clean water to drink? So, and it's also, science is showing that when we actually thank this water, something happens in the molecule of this water. This water responds and becomes this healing energy in my own body. So if I thank it, it's like straight away a response from the universe, because everything is interconnected. Yeah. So when I then thank that water, or when I thank the water that I'm showering with, or I thank the food that I give, or I thank the food that I'm preparing for my family, for my children, for my loved ones, for the cat, there is a straight away a response. So my question was then to people, what are you grateful for? And my gosh, there were so many beautiful things.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
just to be mindful, what am I really grateful for? Of switching on the light switch, so straight away we have light, or now we can talk and communicate like this. And imagine this in the workplace or in your family, when you say, thank you for what you've done, thank you for finishing this work, and so I could do more of my work, or thank you to the children, thank you for doing the dishes, thank you for letting the dog out. Or I remember I loved it when my son used to chop the wood. Yeah. When I would come home from a day of work, and we had a wood burn stove then, and we didn't have central heating, and he would have chopped the wood, so I didn't have to chop the wood. That was amazing, and really to appreciate that. Or your daughter had baked you a cake, but say it out loud to the universe. So that is really what was my post about this week.
And you started with unlearning. Is unlearning for you the same as letting go?
I think there is some similarity, but the unlearning was really checking up, does this really resonate with who I am? What I've been taught, that is the way how you should do this or should do that, or it's just normal that you drink water. Yeah. It's like, no, actually, that is not normal. That is just very special. Yeah. So unlearning perhaps certain patterns, I think, is different than perhaps letting go of something completely. There is an element of that, but that's not really what I refer to with that. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, my second post this week, and that was the fourth post, I think, in this for us together, was about also gratitude, but about happiness. Yeah. It has a lot of relationship to the first post I made. It's about taking things for granted. And a lot of people are searching for happiness. But happiness is not the way to reach a goal. Happiness is the way itself. It's the path. And within this path, if you are happy right now, you don't have to purchase it. And you don't have to strive for it. So, and happiness is also in being grateful for everything you have. From the moment that you are so grateful for everything you already have, you feel the happiness. And then the happiness is the path itself. And what will happen if you are sincerely grateful, if you don't take things for granted and you feel the happiness, you will raise your level of consciousness. With raising this level of consciousness, you vibrate different energy to the universe. And what will the universe do? It's basically, it's so simple, but it will bring you much more of the things that you're grateful for. And sometimes it's so hard to bring this message, this simple message, to the people. And because it's so simple, a lot of people don't believe that it's so simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. That's the thing that we want to say to you. And the reason it's not easy, because you have to unlearn a lot of things. Do you agree?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I feel that too.
Because the conditioning is there. And if you look at our former posts and also the Facebook Lives, we talked a lot about also the subconscious level. And in this subconscious level, there is this belief system. The belief system is that you have to work hard, you have to strive, and you have to do things, and you have to earn money and get a job. And then you will be happy. But for us, it's the other way around. And all the other things will come.
Yeah.
So that's basically the post.
Yeah, definitely. And that is so beautiful how you when you start experiencing that, when you actually start to experience that the abundance, we were talking about last night, will come to you. Yeah. And when does it come to you? It becomes an answer to your gratitude. Like that deer, how it came. You were already so grateful, and there we got something for you. So you match that vibration that's already there. So it's all about matching the vibration that you're sending out. So what my second post was about, actually I forgot about what I really wrote. It doesn't matter, because I just come out of a coaching session, so I just managed to get ready for this, which is great. But I've just had a wonderful end of a year program with a client finished, so I just wanted to hear how she was, and it was just amazing, and I have a lot of gratitude for that, and I have gratitude for your patience. But it was about gratitude, the post that it was also about was like, how does it feel for me? What I remember is when I send out the gratitude, do I send it out enough? Do you show people enough how grateful you are? And that I see in relationships, for example, people don't really appreciate one another enough. You really mention to the people how grateful you are for what they do for you, what they do in the world, and just by being who they are. And recognize that we all want to have happy lives, meaningful lives, and so forth, and that your attitude of gratitude will make a difference in someone else's life. If you show up with gratitude, if you show up with kindness, somehow you're going to have an impact on someone's life. We can all remember when somebody was really appreciating what we had done for them, and how this affects you. Even in my jobs, when I worked in the hospitals, once as a midwifery assistant, and and I really felt when you had been a bit nervous and you didn't know if it had done well, and then the midwife would come to you and say, "That was really great. Thank you for doing this and taking care of the mom or for the baby." And it was like, and then you want to do more of it next time. You become more confident, you become more relaxed. It really has a positive way of encouraging one another, and being really mindful of each other, how we all do so much for each other without sometimes mentioning it. So that's basically, I think, what I wanted to share with you about that today. That who can you say to, I think I wrote that, who can you do, two people who that you have done something kind for, show it to them. Let them know how grateful you are for what they did for you, and just notice how that makes you feel, and perhaps they will tell you also how it made them feel. So,
you want me to look it up for
no,
you?
No, it's fine. I'm sure that was the challenge I suggested. So, I think it was that.
Yeah.
So, and if you have any experiences when you really experienced this sense of gratefulness from this life that we're living, please share them with us, and perhaps of times when you showed it to other people, what was the response that you got? We always the mind wants to think negatively by its nature. It's so strange. We need to unlearn that and create new neural pathways and start to think more in a positive way. And why is that? Because it will also help us to raise the level of consciousness and the radiation we send out. So we often look more at the things that we're not grateful for, or that we just take for granted, like you say. But when you start seeing things as a gift, gift from the universe, a gift that's coming in your life because of what you send out, I can guarantee you your life will change.
Yeah. And it will change for the benefit.
Yeah.
You will feel better. You have more beautiful moments. More beautiful people around you.
Yeah. And the thing is, of course, the higher the level of consciousness goes, then you'll go beyond all that.
Yeah.
That meaningful life or unmeaningful life, that they're equal. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But that is sort of the next steps.
Yeah, because you're not looking for fulfillment anymore because it's already there.
Yeah, but it's also there is no more separation, isn't there? It's just that. Yeah. But that is more on the deeper spiritual level. But on a basic human level, we all want to be happy. Yeah. We all want to have some purpose, some meaning in our lives. So.
And this will be the next topic for us. Also, next week. Before we do an announcement.
Yeah,
but next week we're going to talk about oneness.
Yeah.
We live in separation. We live in a world that has duality.
Yeah.
But basically, when you go back to the higher levels of consciousness and spiritual life, everything is one. And we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
And we're going to write our posts about that. Please comment on that if you want.
Yeah. It's about that interconnectedness, that there is no separation anymore. And we're going to go a little bit deeper into that. And once we start to understand that, we also become more understanding of others who are actually not others. But,
the others are not there.
Yeah. But
well, at the basic human level, as you said,
they're still here.
We see the difference.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and that's it.
But energetically, that's what we'll speak about. What actually is happening, how we see it, and another thing is, don't believe everything we say.
No.
Just experience it yourself and figure it out how it works for you. Yeah. We just give some signposts that might help you to get closer to who you really are, and investigate what we say and experience it and question it and within yourself and see if it works for you. And that's all I want to say about that. And then what we want to announce is...
Well, as we already said to you, we had our live event, and that was so overwhelming also for us. We came up with a lot of new ideas, and one is that because we also have people not living in the Netherlands, but also around us in all the countries, and really also in India and friends in the US and so on and so on. Africa. So we decided to do a session that's the Experience Day, CWA Experience Day. We do it online.
Yeah.
And that will be March the 27th.
Yep.
Whole day. Of course, there will be a break in between, but 2 times 3 hours. And we're going to help you to raise your level of consciousness, to look for what is your purpose in life, and also to make the first steps, to design the first steps towards your destiny.
Yeah. That's it. And we haven't put it all on our website as an online training event yet, but we will this week. So please keep an eye on that. We'll also put an event here on Facebook. Yeah. And but that's already 27th of March. You can maybe already pencil it in your diary, if you want to be there. And I think that was that.
And without announcing this to the outside world, we already have 2 participants. That's not we, 2 others.
Yeah, so now we have we have already participants signed up for this. But just make sure that you keep an eye out on the events, and we'll mention it here as well. And I think that was all I wanted to say today about this. And I thank you very much for watching, for everybody who could stay. And if there's any questions that have come up or anything, suggestions, then please share them with us here underneath the feed. And we look forward to seeing you next week.
next week. And have a wonderful, grateful weekend.
Yes, and a very restful weekend if that's what you need. And we look forward to seeing you next week. And thanks for liking our posts and for engaging them. And you can follow us also on Instagram, and we're also on LinkedIn, in case you didn't know that. If you prefer that social media platform than Facebook, we're also there. You can find us there as well. All right. Thanks very much. Bye for now.
Thank you.